guys, welcome back for another video. Today's video is going to be about how to take care of your guitar. I have 5 ways to show you how to make this thing last a little longer for you and always give you a lot of fun playing it. So let's get on with the video. The first tip I have for you, and this is an important one, something you may not think about, but always wash your hands. Specifically if you're going to a gig or you've just gotten done having dinner or something like that. It's amazing how much salt sticks to your hands, and if you want to make your strings last longer, simply washing your hands will prevent damage to your strings. The salt gets on your fingers, then it gets on the strings, and sometimes, I mean, you can even waste a pair of strings in just one jam session. Strings are not overly expensive, but yet you don't want to have to be putting strings on every time you get your guitar out. It also helps lengthen the life of your frets, as well as tailpiece, bridge, pickups. Again, we perspire a lot when we play music, so keep your hands clean. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, quality straps and strap locks. These little strap locks here, as you push, I'm pushing the back of the button. I think they cost about $10 a set. You get the top and you get the bottom. Simply stick these in the strap length that you want, and then let me back these up here. They lock on right here on top of your guitar buttons. And this way, this guy can't go anywhere. This Les Paul's just under 9 pounds. It's heavy. So make sure you have really good strap locks on there. Always make sure your strap buttons are tight. And again, I have to depress this button in order to take this strap off this guitar. And I always make sure to pull back on it a little bit and make sure it's locked into place. That way when I'm playing, specifically if I'm bouncing around, different things like that, this instrument's not leaving me unless I take it off and put it on the guitar stand. Okay, got a story for you. We showed up and we was all ready to play music, and a young man had showed up with a brand new Fender Stratocaster, and he happened to leave his strap at home. He'd forgotten it. Now, when I say brand new, he came from the music store straight down to practice for us. And he finally convinced himself that he couldn't sit down and play. So he seen a dog leash hanging on the side of the wall and convinced himself that it'd be a good idea to go ahead and just hook that dog leash on the buttons. He played about 3 measures of that song, and that brand new Fender Stratocaster fell off the back strap there and hit the floor, and it busted the corner of his guitar off. He was heartbroken for sure, but make sure you have a good strap. Put strap locks on it. Doesn't matter how expensive your guitar is, you don't want this thing falling off. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3, I always clean my guitar after I'm done playing it, and what I do is I use some Ernie Ball guitar polish and a scratchless cotton rag. And I will sometimes even do this in between jams as we're playing along. Once my fingers start getting sticky to the strings, this is a really great way. I spray it directly on the rag, and it's a really great way to get your strings a little looser again for you. Let that soak in just a little bit. This does have carnauba wax in it. And just simply rub down your guitar. Everything that you thought you've touched, including your tuner keys, headstock, down and around the base of the neck, and you'd be amazed how much longer your strings last, your finish on your guitar. These things are a work of art. We want to protect them as much as you can. Get everything wiped down. And now, this thing's ready to be stored until I'm ready to play it for the next time. When I dig it out of the case, it's going to be ready to go. So that's tip number 3. And like I said, scratchless cotton rag and just gently wipe it down. Tip number 3. Alright guys, tip number 4. When you're going to take a break from your music, always make sure you get this guy up on a guitar stand and make sure that you've pulled your cord back to where someone can't trip on it. Pull it off the guitar stand, and I always keep my strap wrapped up in a way because people want to get up and around this stuff, specifically if you set it down and walked away from it, and if their foot gets caught on something, guess what? Your guitar's going on the ground. So I also, let me swing the camera up here, I have hanging guitar stands here that helps me keep my guitar up and out of the way. And like I said, I always make sure that my cable is pulled back. There's plenty of slack in it, so if somebody does trip on your cable, they're not going to pull your guitar down. So try to be as, preventful as you can. I know sometimes it's hard to do, but specifically with the guitars that's your favorites, you don't want them damaged. That's tip number 4. Tip number 5. Always in a guitar case. If I'm going to store my instrument for a long period of time, I always put it right back in the case. Or even if I'm going away for the evening, this thing is climate controlled. Once you get the instrument in there and close it down, it protects it from humidity. It will keep the temperature the same, so that protects your finish, your neck, headstock. I mean, it's important. I know these things are beautiful to look at, and they look great hanging up on the wall. If I played every day, I would definitely leave mine out more. But if I'm going to be away for any period of time, put it in the case. It's cheap insurance for you, and it'll make your instrument last forever. So that's tip number 5. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope some of this information helps you. I'm sure a lot of you guys already knew everything that I just discussed, but if not, for the ones of you who didn't, it'll be helpful for you. These things will last you a long time, and they'll give you a lot of fun through life. So enjoy playing, and I'll see you on the next video. And don't forget, guys, never use a dog leash as a guitar strap. It may not work out the way you think it will.